First of the month, I'm a running back. Ay. Same day, why I'm a running back. Friday, payday, running back. Ay. Running back, running back, running back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gonna make you up like a limbo. She said she not a...
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. The winner of this one will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 54. And away we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Now Jackson on first down.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Demir Bird, 75 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Let's go, baby. First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's McCoy. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
All right, I've got to be careful here, all right? He's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What he's saying, I'm on the plus side of 30.
But if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Ravens' 48-yard line.
I don't need to. That's a lot of light. Correct.
Strong right. Shoot. Watch quick. Watch.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch 10, watch 10. He's checking. Crash.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Pernell McPhee in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Yeah, you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
We got double up. Check 26, check 26. Hey, switch gears. Rush in. Check 43.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the first down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. Jackson now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They run with Hill, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 81 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. Leaps past him. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 29-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. And McCoy loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10. As opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's got his target. That's more. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
1st down, Kansas City.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Switch. 57. Check three.
Here's Sanders. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken at his 4. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And he's got Snead. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Jackson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And going deep for Hill. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 73 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24, 13 our score. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great 1st half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Now this throw caught left side. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Jackson from the shotgun. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Rolling to his right. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Single the slot. 14 moving, 14's moving. Right. He's tight right here, he's tight on the right.
Jackson going to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darius Leonard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty.
I'm coming after you.
Now it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Frank Clark, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes, they complete it to Hill. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City 1st.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Now a 1st down carry here from McCoy. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. 14 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me.
To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now he'll pull it down, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
44 at the mic. 44.
A first throw for the backup Griffin. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. To throw is RG3.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
They're on 36-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Check.
Yellow. Protein spell. No. Hey, Sunday. 15.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right. And now he's going to... Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Mike, I don't need to. I'm going. Hey, Sunday.
On second down, it's McCoy. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for the Ravens. 51 yards.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
They'll throw on first down with Griffin. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on second down. Griffin, nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Griffin. And that will will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I know it looks easy to a lot of people when you're kicking the ball. I mean, it looks pretty simple, right? Snap, put it down, kick it. But playing in the snow, that can throw off your timing just a bit, and that can wreak havoc, as we just saw there.
Well, it throws off the timing, and I just think it's an extra advantage for the team that's coming in to block it because they've got a hold on the offensive side, and, of course, the kicker and holder and snapper, they've got a lot to deal with.
What can't be underestimated is the person catching the ball, the holder.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 64 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Griffin. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Griffin. And he's going to be taken down. RG3 couldn't get away, and that'll be a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Keep playing hard.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Check 3, check 3.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Griffin. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So, Charles, oh so close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl. Oftentimes, we just show the stage and the glitz and the glamour and the confetti. You sometimes forget about those guys going home. It's got to be tough.
It's got to be beyond tough, because finding a way to steel yourself, make that resolve to come back and do it again, because it took a lot of work just to get to this point. It's going to be a difficult offseason for them. Let's see how they bounce back.
And that does it for the conference champion.
Time to bring the bass back. Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching me making diamonds. He the only reason why do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick. Acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big.